Your first exercise is the dumbbell sumo deadlift. Start with one hand on each side of the dumbbell, your toes wider than your hips and facing out on a 45-degree angle. You will hinge at your hips, reach down, and then pull up. If you see it from the side, you'll notice how there's still somewhat of a squat, but we are reaching at the hips as we go down. Good. Next up is the dumbbell incline press. Notice how Nora's elbows are also at an angle, a little bit closer to her body. She's pressing up and then the dumbbells become straight. Your bench should be at about a 45-degree angle. Next up is the support arm dumbbell row. Your off hand should be on the bench. Notice that Nora is in a squat position and her back is flat. She's pulling her elbow to the sky and the dumbbell to her side. Good. Your next exercise is your 3-weight raise. So you will start with your dumbbells at the side. First, it's a front raise. As you control down, you'll go into lateral. And then you will bend down for your rear raise. Repeat again, up to front, lateral, and rear. The next exercise is your dumbbell step up and over. You'll start, step into your lunge, get below parallel, come up, decelerate, and go into another lunge. As you turn around, make sure you start with the same foot, since it's each direction. Next up is the underhand grip inverted row. Same as before, you'll start in a flat plank, making sure your elbows are close to your side, and pull up. The only thing that's different is your hands are facing towards you instead of away. The next exercise is cable hip pull-throughs. Make sure you step a couple steps away from the machine so that the weights do not slam when you go back. As you bend down and reach, keep your back flat, and then squeeze your butt as you pull your hips through. Make sure we're not rolling our shoulders as the weight goes between our legs. Next are skull crushers. You should also use a lighter bar for this exercise if possible. If not, you can use the dumbbells. Notice how Nora's elbows are facing forward and she's curling back close to her forehead with the bar. Your ab exercise for today is eccentric stability ball sit-ups. So similar to our sit-ups before, we want to get that arch in our back like our candy cane. It will be 5 seconds down, 1 second up. Controlled as we reach down. Your eyes should follow the sky and be looking up as you complete the exercise. Your ab exercise for the day is a stability ball rollout. You'll start with your hands on the ball. As you start to roll, your forearms will roll over and you will stay in that plank position. Notice how your hips are following the ball and your body is staying straight. What we do not want to see is your butt back as you roll out. So making sure that our hips are straight, aligned with our knees and shoulders, and we follow through as we complete the exercise. Your next exercise is a back squat. Make sure your hips are either shoulder width or a little bit wider apart. Your toes can face out if you wish. As you go down, make sure your hips are reaching back and squatting down at the same time. We would like you to go at least to a 90-degree angle. If you can go below parallel, as Nora is in the video, you may do that as well. Your next exercise is the bench press. This time you'll be using the bar. Make sure that your elbows are stacked underneath your wrist. Your knuckles are pointed towards the sky. And your elbows should be staying closer to your side as you go down. You want a nice slow down phase, 3 seconds, 1 second up, press. The next exercise is a barbell row. Make sure you start hinged over, back is flat. As you pull your elbows to the sky, make sure you're pinching your shoulder blades. The next exercise is your Arnold press. You should be seated. As you start, your bottoms of your arms should be parallel to the ground. So as you curl out, once they're by your ears, you will press up, come down, again curl into the middle. The arms should stay parallel to the ground the whole time. They should not dip underneath. If they dip, use a lighter weight. Next up is the dumbbell lateral to crossover step. So Nora will start with her outside leg, come up, make sure it's planted and secure before she drives, and then finish on the opposite side of the bench. Now she'll just do a regular lateral lunge, so she is still lunging with her left leg first, and step over. Again, she'll cross over, make sure she's footed, drive through her midfoot up, and over. Over and back on the bench is 1 repetition. Next up is your barbell calf raises. This is the same as in our last week, but now you will start with your toes outside on a 45-degree angle. You will press up, then down. You can relax your heels. Again, feel free to use a straight bar if necessary. After 6 on this side, you will flip and twist your toes in 45 degrees, press up, and then control on the way down. Next is the cable rope bicep curl. Notice the pace. Nora's using the 3 count and twisting her wrist to the outside as she curls up. Next is the cable rope tricep pushdown. Nora's keeping her elbows close to her body but not touching, and then twisting her wrist to the outside as she finishes. Your ab exercise today is a plank on your hands. Make sure that your hands are stacked right underneath your shoulders, your core is tight, and your back is flat. Breathing through your 45 seconds. Your next exercise is a barbell single leg RDL. Similar to last week, you want a slight bend in your front knee as your back leg heel kicks out. Trying to get that T formation as you are at the top of the exercise. Your next exercise is an alternating dumbbell overhead press. This time, your weights will stay at your shoulders as you alternate back and forth, keeping your elbows close to your side and at their 45-degree mark. Next up is the dumbbell press. Notice how Coach Nora's elbows are on an angle, not straight out, and then she twists her wrists as she finishes up top. Your next exercise is the goblet internal to external step up. Start with your outside leg, drive over. Make sure your hips are facing forward and you twist as you step up. Once you're up, step down regular off the bench. Reset your position, but you're using your same left leg. This time, it'll be an internal rotation. We step, drive and twist, finish up. Over and back of the lunge is 1 repetition. So again, cross over, twist and step down, open up your hips, same leg, twist and turn, step down. Now it will be a single arm neutral grip cable row. Start with your hand in the neutral position, your back is flat, your chest is up as you drive your elbow back and complete the row. We want our chest and our body staying square to the machine, not twisting as we complete the exercise. Next up is your eccentric single leg hip bridge. Start with your leg crossed over, and for this exercise I would roll the ball closer to your body so more of your ankle and your calf rests on the ball so that it is easier. Bridge up into a flat position like before, and then you're going to roll out, slow and controlled, roll back in as you complete your exercises. If this is still too difficult, you can go back to the double leg from last week and do double the repetitions. Next is the dumbbell bicep curl. You should be curling at the same time with both dumbbells. Elbows stay close to your sides. You still want to make sure you have your 3 count for your exercise and are not rushing. Next up is our wood choppers, low to high. You'll set your hand positioning still the same, keeping your arms straight. Start from your hip, drive up to your shoulder as you twist across your body. Next is the kneeling cable wood chop. You're going to be twisting towards the knee that is on the ground. Notice how Nora's arms are straight and that she's twisting towards her hip. There's no need to go all the way to the floor.